Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking briefly about how much money it would take invested into the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, or SCHD, to make $1,000 per month. And for this analysis, what we're going to do is take $76 per share. Okay, so we'll take that divided by the $350,000 investment amount, hypothetically, that we're going to say that we have sitting around in our Roth IRA, retirement, whatever. Anyway, we're going to take that amount, divide it by the share price of $76 roughly, and then we're going to come over to NASDAQ.com, and we're going to take a look at the 3.91% dividend yield and also the dividend amount of roughly 65 cents as the last dividend. We're going to multiply that by our share count of 4,600 shares roughly, and we're going to take, it was 0.6545, and voila, we just made $3,000. Now keep in mind, these are quarterly dividends, so every quarter you're going to get paid these dividends on a regular basis. And so, roughly 66 cents, 59. You can do an average if you want and kind of look at all those numbers combined. But for this example, we're just going to assume you're investing roughly $350,000. Another way you can check this is if you just take, we'll clear this off here and actually start over. And then we'll take times the actual dividend yield of 3.91%. Let me find out where I was. There we go, 0.0391. And that comes up to roughly $13,000 per year, $1,100 per month. So you can kind of look at this from both perspectives, multiplying that by the dividend amount, or just taking the dividend yield and multiplying it that way. Either way, you can kind of factor in like what your specific situation looks like. That's why compounding is so important over the long run, to be able to make $1,000 a month from an asset such as the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF is an interesting proposition, and for any ETF that goes, not just this one. Now, another interesting proposition, and one thing I noticed about this ETF in particular, is the ability to actually trade options. We actually do have some decent volume in the millions of shares being traded for this ETF. So if you look at implied volatility and all those different metrics in terms of options prices, you can zoom in here and look at the specific volume we've seen in this. If I could get back over there, it was like over 3 million shares basically traded for the day. And I don't know what happened there, but right here's the volume number. There it is, 3.6 million shares traded roughly in that single trading day. And so that just shows you there's a lot of interest in this ETF. Well, when there's a lot of interest in an ETF such as this, then you have more demand for options, covered calls, cash secured puts. So you have what's called the wheel strategy, and this is done on dividend stocks, right? You can do this on an ETF like SCHD. If you actually look at this ETF in particular, is roughly even for the year. And so that kind of shows you it's not going to fluctuate a huge amount. And that might make an interesting proposition for the wheel strategy, such as selling covered calls, getting paid to buy shares, trying to collect a dividend in between, right, once you own the shares, and then actually selling a covered call on those shares, collecting a premium, and then kind of repeating the cycle to see where you can go. And so that just shows you, like, for example, the last year, this ETF is roughly even. So if we're assuming that we're going to do this on this ETF, then, it might be a good one versus a more volatile ETF where we have to be concerned about that risk we're taking on as a position. In this case, we can just kind of try to collect the dividend to get paid for buying the ETF, and then also sell those covered calls to collect the additional premium. So anyway, with that being said, guys, I want to mention real quick Seeking Alpha, the New Year's sale they have going on. It'll be priced at $167, 30% discount, and that's in addition to the $50 discount you already get just for signing up through my link and the 7-day free trial. So Seeking Alpha is a great way to get analysis done on stocks, research done. There's a lot of great tools, portfolio planning, all kinds of stuff on there. So check it out if you're interested. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this brief hypothetical going over the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF. And I hope, it kind of shows you what's possible once you get to a certain point with your investment portfolio in terms of if you're looking for cash flow, if you're looking for dividends, this could be an option. With that being said, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope everyone has a great evening. God bless. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.